Today, we're taking a closer look at the MANTABREW WeighMaster modular coffee scale. This is unlike any other coffee scale I've tried. I'll walk you through each feature so you can see if it fits your needs. I have the WeighMaster Combo, which includes Module A and Module B, both modules attached to the main scale with magnets. What I love most is that despite the modular design, I don't have to go through any complicated steps to get them working. As long as the main unit is in standby, each module can power on and run on its own. The top panel of the scale is all metal, and the rest is a sturdy plastic. On the side, there's a magnetic connector and a power button. It feels very premium and looks pretty stylish. They also include a non-slip mat in the box. Here's Module A. It has two buttons, kind of like a small speaker, with a clear readout and a striped light on top. This is Module B, which is the same size but has a TFT color display for more functions. It can fold in and out, so you can read it easily while you work. Both modules are around 50 grams each and have a magnet on the back. I can attach them to most of my espresso machines with stainless steel housing. It's light enough that it won't fall off. However, it might not stick to every stainless steel machine out there. Overall, the design is really impressive and the build quality feels solid. It definitely has a high-end vibe to it. Alright, let's check out what Module B has to offer. It has everything Module A does, plus a color display for even more features. If you tap the left button twice, you'll get into the function menu, where you can pick pour-over mode, espresso mode, practice mode, coffee-to-water ratio mode, and basic weighing and timer features. But that's not all. If you press both buttons at the same time, you'll enter an advanced menu. Press both buttons again to go back to the basic menu. In the basic menu, if you hold both buttons down, you'll enter the settings menu. Here, you can adjust how long it takes for the scale to go to sleep to save power. You can also calibrate it. I don't have a 100-gram weight, so I'll skip the demo. If you don't like the beeping, you can turn it off. And you can switch between different measurement units as well. Honestly, when I first saw all these features, it felt a bit overwhelming. But keep watching. After this quick rundown, I'm sure you won't even need the manual. Now, looking at the basic weighing and timing functions on Module B, it works like a regular digital scale. The right button tears, and the left button starts the timer. The screen also shows your flow rate in real time, which is super helpful if you want a steady pour. Next, it's the pour-over mode. I'll walk you through my usual steps. First off, measuring coffee beans under the pour-over mode is the same as it would be on any scale. I measure out 15 grams of beans and grind them to my preferred pour-over size. Next, I get my pour-over setup ready, then add the ground coffee. After I tare the scale, it automatically starts the timer once it detects the water flow. On the right screen, you'll see a real-time drip rate, plus a little graph showing the flow over time. I personally don't find the chart super helpful, but if there were a way to save or share the data, it might be more useful. When I finish brewing and remove the dripper, the scale stops the timer on its own. It shows the total brew time, how much water you used, and your average flow rate. Overall, this process feels smooth and user-friendly. Now let's check out Espresso mode. Once you set your portafilter or dosing cup on the scale, it tears itself. I measure out 18 grams of coffee, grind it, and then put it back on the scale to double check. When everything looks right, I move on to prepping the puck. When you're ready, just tap the left button to switch into extraction mode. Once I start brewing, the machine automatically begins timing, but the scale's auto timer waits until it senses liquid flow. Since I manually control the pre-infusion on my Lelit Bianca, there's about a 10-second gap between my actual start and the timer start. Because the display is separate, it's super convenient when I'm recording videos. I can place the screen wherever it's easiest to see, And I can think of plenty of other practical uses for it too. My total shot time was 34 seconds, but the scale registered 24 seconds of flow. For machines with a fixed pre-infusion time, it'll be consistent, but it's something to get used to if you use the auto espresso mode. Overall, the espresso workflow is smooth. There's a practice mode. Flow rate can feel a bit abstract when you're just getting started, and this mode helps you see exactly how many grams per second you're pouring. It's a cool way to learn and get more consistent. Next, this is a mode designed for setting up a specific brew ratio. Once you have everything in place and your coffee grounds on the scale, you'll see an arrow pointing to the left button. Tap that to set your desired ratio. For example, 1:16 for the demo. After you finish setting it, press both buttons at the same time to start brewing. From there, it works like the pour-over mode, except the screen shows your real-time ratio instead of flow rate. For this brew, I do a double weight bloom for 30 seconds. Then, at 1 minute 10 seconds, I reach a 1:10 ratio. And finally continue pouring until I hit the full brew. If you're used to checking your ratio, or you have a recipe that needs it, this feature could come in handy. Now we've covered all the basic menu features, but there's still more in the advanced menu. First up is the brewing game. You can pick from 3 difficulty levels, and the goal is to keep your pour rate steady so that the little block stays in the middle for a full 30 seconds. Hard mode can be pretty tricky, so maybe try easy first to feel more confident. Beginner and champion modes both work in a similar way, giving you a built-in recipe to follow. You just add the coffee grounds as instructed, then pour the right amount of water within the suggested time. You'll end up with a pretty decent cup of coffee. This is super helpful for coffee lovers who don't have much pour-over experience. It's hard to mess up if you stick to the instructions. That's it for Module B. Compared to Module B, Module A offers simpler features. Double tap the left button to switch modes. You've got standard weighing, pour over, espresso, and practice modes. Press both buttons to switch units. The regular weighing and timer function is like any other scale, but there's a neat row of lights on top that change based on your flow rate. More lights for a heavier flow, fewer lights for a lighter flow. It doesn't directly show the exact flow rate though. You can turn the lights off if you want, but honestly, why would you? The pour-over, espresso, and practice modes work much like the Module B I showed earlier, just with fewer display options, so I'm not going to go through them again here. Alright, that pretty much covers every detail of this coffee scale. This scale does come with a higher price tag. Some people might think all a coffee scale really needs is accurate weight measurement and a timer, and that's totally fair. But if you've got specific needs, or just enjoy cool, well-designed gadgets, and have the budget for it, this MANTABREW WeighMaster might be a great pick. Personally, I love its design, and how smooth it is to use. If I had to pick only one module, I'd personally go with Module B. It really shows off everything the WeighMaster can do. I also find the modular design idea pretty interesting. I'm not sure if they'll come out with Module C or D in the future, or even add app support, but it definitely makes customization possible. Plus, they periodically release firmware updates to further improve performance, which is really cool. What do you think? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.